Oh, this is one dark cave.
That looks like it's gonna crumble.
It's the door that worries me, Georges.
Well, I'm sure the door will open again if we give it a minute. No need to panic.
About a minute later, they're just waiting there.
Now we panic. Help! I gotta say, Nico, you're pretty calm about this.
Traveling with you, Georges, I've got used to this kind of thing. If I panicked every time a door shut behind us, probably forever, well...
You're right. What was I thinking? You see if you can get the door open, and I'll go check out the dark, evil-smelling cave.
This is very reminiscent of...
Fumbling around in the dark wasn't going to be fun. But heck, I'd spent a lifetime doing it, so what was new?
I feel like every last place in a Broken Sword looks like this. So, we only have one match.
The wall felt like it had something carved into it.
Tall thing.
The thing had branches like a tree.
Okay, smooth stone.
It felt cold and smooth, like worn stone.
Big thing.
It was cold to the touch and felt like carved rock.
Why are you trying to lift it, Nico? I mean, first of all, of course you're not strong enough. Nobody's strong enough. Why are you pushing it? That is... There's no way that you could. But also the doors lead sideways. You couldn't...
It was stone.
Just
with
lift
a
it.
recess in it and... Ugh. An oily liquid in it. There was some kind of thin twine in the middle of it, too.
It's a lantern. Whoop.
Hey, Nico, I think I found some light. Whoa.
Okay.
It must be Guénan. Ramon said he disappeared while searching the mountains for the tabula.
So this is where he ended up. Dead in a cave. And on closer inspection, I'd even say blown your own brains out dead.
Okay, Georges, I get the point. What is this place?
This is not what I was
Who
expecting.
knows? But look at the Gnostic symbols.
You're right. The colors, the trees. But who is she?
It
Mary
looks like
Magdalene.
the Virgin Mary, but
Did you not listen at all?
What do you mean?
The red robes and that whole off-the-shoulder look? It must be Mary Magdalene, of course. Marquez told me that the Gnostics revered her. This place, it's some kind of Gnostic shrine.
There's got to be something to release that door. Maybe amongst these carvings.
But if it was that obvious, don't you think Guénan would have found it?
Did you want to find it? Okay, first of all, let's get that Ankh, because what is an Ankh doing here with the
Guénan had certainly
Gnostics?
been busy before he blew his brains out. I wonder what he'd been up to.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the pistol there, so yeah, no, he actually...
It was an old flashlight. It looked like it died around the same time as Guénan.
He actually killed himself.
Nico,
What?
is this
Oh,
what I think it is?
what is...
It must be. The
Oh!
Tabula Veritatis.
This is
So
the taboo.
Guénan did find it.
It's so small, so innocent.
I mean,
looking.
innocent looking...
Why would Simeon
I
call
don't
it
know
evil?
about that.
Why so many deaths for this?
And why go to such lengths to keep it hidden?
Unless it is as genuinely dangerous as Simeon claimed.
The question now is, what do we do with it?
Well,
The photograph was of an ancient clay tablet. Guénan had written on it. Someone, presumably Guénan, had taken the time to translate the inscription. At a glance, the inscription seemed to relate to the exploits of someone called the Sun King. The symbol on the tablets looked similar to the ones etched into the face of the Tabula Veritatis.
Okay. Some of these are alchemical. Well, not really. I guess they're kind of inspired by alchemical symbols.
Oil in the bowl of the lamp fed a wick, illuminating the room with a warm glow. Ex luce veritas. Out of light, truth. I'd seen the same words on the fresco at Castel de Sants. It was a fedora, just like the one in Gainon's trunk back at the Castel. The years hadn't been kind to it. It had to be Gainon, in which case the body had been there for decades. There was a bullet hole in the side of his head. Just like us, he'd been trapped. He'd chosen suicide.
How is this not just a skeleton though? If it's been decades, I mean, I guess it's not buried. Usually because I was thinking, I don't know if it's the same elsewhere, but here in Italy, after 10 years that somebody died and has been buried, you have to take the corpse back out, and at that point it's mostly decomposed already. But that is underground, that is buried. I guess this isn't really buried, so it's a different kind of decomposition, but at the same time it would be a lot more decomposed than this. I guess they didn't want to be that graphic.
I prized the map out from under the arm of the corpse. It looked like Gainon had scrawled some kind of last testament onto this map. My friends, I know that you will eventually find me, but by then it will be too late. I have decoded the tabula, and I know our destiny lies in paradise. The key to the power of God is in our hands. I die secure in the knowledge that you will now be able to complete my work. Tell my family that I died doing my duty, that I surrender my life gladly to the cause. In the light of the day, these words will fade, like our souls. But rest assured that when they do, their echoes will guide us to where we will meet once again. I'm not sure, but it looks like crafty old Gainon left a secret message in his testament.
I was looking at that. A, B, C, D, E. So, wait a second. Gainon's photograph.
That was almost a great idea.
Oh, come on.
According to the translation, some guy called the Sun King once had the Tabula Veritatis in his possession. The symbol on the tablets looked similar to the ones etched into the face of the Tabula Veritatis.
It's like...
If Gainon's translation is correct, the symbol La Ha Shi represents the Sun City region. Gainon had marked this symbol in red with the letter A. Shi translates as Mountain Kingdom. Gainon had marked this symbol with the letter B. Du A Shi apparently means the Two River region. If Gainon's translation is correct, the symbol La Ji Shi represents the Sunset Mountain.
Sounds.
The symbol Zhu Ha was translated as the Young Cities. Gainon had marked this symbol with the letter E.
Okay, well, the thing is, A, B, C, D, E. They're all, it's like, if those are all cities, this tells you where those cities are. But, ex luce veritas. So, let's put Gainon's map.
When I held the map up to the flame, something started to change. The writing on the map started to react to the heat.
Well, it does.
Well, I'll be darned.
Yeah,
What is it?
exactly.
At a guess, the locations on the map might match up with the ones he's marked on this photograph.
Exactly. So, It did say in the thing that at the light of day, so that's why.
If this letter matched the one on Ganon's translation, this must be the location of the Sun City.
Mm-hmm.
If the letters match the ones on Ganon's translation, this must be the Mountain Kingdom. If this letter matched the one on Ganon's translation, this must be the location of the Three Rivers region. If this letter is the same location as the one marked D on Ganon's
The
translation,
Sunset Mountain
this must be Sunset
and
Mountain.
the Young Cities.
If the letter E matches the one on Ganon's translation, this must be the location of the Young Cities.
Mm-hmm. Well, now we know. Do we need
I
it?
picked up the old gun. It was too corroded and rusty to ever be fired again.
But our enemies don't know that. Okay. Let's see what this is about.
The carved figure had once been green. I wondered if it was a representation of Jehovah.
Mm-hmm.
Blue paint was peeling from the carved figure. I wondered if it was an image of Lucifer.
Of course.
A group of figures looked up towards the tabula. They were all colored red. I'd seen something like it before.
It was in here, in Simon's papers.
So the statues on the or someone who had it explained.
Because the people are in red. The people are in red because of Mary Magdalene.
A large carving of the tabula veritatis symbol. All the other figures in the scene seemed to be supplicating themselves to it. The pillar had been carved into the shape of a tree and painted green. I knew it represented the tree of life. The pillar had been sculpted into a tree and then painted blue. I knew it was supposed to be the tree of knowledge. There were ancient scratches on the plinth, as if someone had moved the statue. I'm sure that this is Mary Magdalene.
The red robes. It all makes sense. The Madonna would be wearing blue. So, who's the child?
Well, according to the Gnostic Gospels, when Mary kissed the lips of Jesus, she,
Oh, I see.
Yep,
So the Gnostics think that the suckling child is...
I guess so.
Okay.
I gave the statue a push, and it turned anti-clockwise.
Oh, wait a second. Clouding green, the credentials look the other way, towards the setting sun, where stands the tree of life. And all shall know that the light of knowledge is blue, and that the light of life is green. For thus was the light of Eden, both blue and green, intertwined with the light of man. No. The clouding blue, the perfecti, take the form of the spiritual, and looked toward the rising sun, towards the tree of knowledge. And the clouding green, towards the tree of life. So she looks away from both?
I gave the statue another shove.
I mean, at some point it must be... I love that that look back that Nico did. This is interesting. What are we doing here?
I guessed that finding the tabula was the easy part. Figuring out its purpose was a different proposition.
I mean, was it the easy part? Didn't we almost die a few times?
I gave
Like
the statue
always.
another shove.
I mean, I feel like this is what it's supposed to be, but also But this is the tree of knowledge, and this is the tree of life. And I don't know what to do.